Dudes and dudettes of YouTube land, it's Frank with What's the Point EDC. Today we're talking about a cold steel AD-10 that is. So, before we get into the knife talk, if you like knives, if you like good vibes, if you like sharp knives and good vibes, this is the place for you right here. So kick back and get ready. Let's talk about this cold steel AD-10 right here. So, this knife was sent to me by Scab with CHOIRBOYZ Outdoors. If you don't know who he is, I don't know where you've been, but you might want to go check it out. So, I'm going to link him in the description. I'm going to link a link to his channel, CHOIRBOYZ Outdoors, in the description. So, go check him out. I really appreciate this, Scab. I really do. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is the Cold Steel AD-10. And as you can see, this knife has Scab written all over it. That man hard uses his knives to the max. And when I say he uses them, this man uses them, and he uses them hard. So that's why this is such a fitting knife for him right here. Though this is actually a small knife for him. It's crazy. There's some large knives out there. So, what do we got here? We've got G10 scales, S35 VN steel. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see that very good because my camera is some dookie. Yeah, it's a large and in-charge knife that is hella comfortable. It's an Andrew Demko design. It's a drop point blade with this swedge right here. And it gets pretty thin. It's got a high saber grind. You know, you would expect this to be a very, very thick behind the edge knife, but that's not the case at all. Now, I'm not saying that it's a thin slicer, but what I am saying it is not thick. It's not a sharpened pry bar. It's comfortable in hand, and it's definitely a slicer. I've done some slicing already. In fact, I just sliced the last 20 pieces of white paper I had with this very knife right here. It's a large one. It's not very heavy. That's the thing. It has weight, okay? We know it has weight. It's a freaking heft. Matter of fact, let's just do it like this. This isn't a review or anything. This is essentially a first impressions video. But why not go ahead and give you guys a little bit of information? Is that on ounces? Yes, it is. What are we working with here? We're working with 7.08 ounces, guys. God dang. Hold on, actually, I got to do something real quick. Let's get out the older brother right here. This is the AD-15 by Cold Steel and Andrew Demko. Let's weigh this bad boy right here real quick. What are we working with? You see what I'm saying? It is pretty chunky, actually, now that I think about it. This thing here's 6.5 ounces. This thing's 7. What a beast. Okay, so this will give you a little bit of size reference right here. So, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with any of these AD series knives, but they're basically the same size. I mean, they are so close to being the same size. Blade stock is very similar. You know, both S35 VN. They both have G10. This one happens to have an aluminum back. It's the back lock, which is actually the Scorpion lock. This thing is awesome. It's cool to be able to pair the two of these right here together. Look at this. Very cool. Okay, back to the star of the show here. So, this right here hole, originally I was thinking it was for a pen, like to turn into a fixed blade, but the more I look at it, the more I realize that if you put a pen in there, it's still not going to stop it. Look. So, it won't stop until it gets to, look, see where that hole gets covered up? So, it won't stop until it gets there. So, that's probably for a lanyard or something. To go from here to here with a lanyard for chopping or anything. I mean, I really don't know, honestly. But this has got the Andrew Demko designed triad lock. It's supposed to be, now I'm not sure if there's any other locks that have taken over and are stronger now, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this is one hell of a locking system right here. This knife overall is pretty cool. It's got this big ass pocket clip right here, but for a knife like this, honestly, I don't mind it. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. Let's look at this jimping right here. Now, is this jimping or is this just freaking traction? I don't know what you want to call it, but it works. It's effective. The thumb studs work good. Now, what the funny thing is take your pointer finger and you pointer finger flick it. Oh, I know you guys like that, don't you? I know you didn't expect that. This is a one-hand all-day knife. You can one-hand this thing with no problems at all. Very cool. I like this knife. I've always wanted to hold one. I've always wanted to see them, and I've always wanted to use one. And now I finally have the chance, and I have the go-ahead. I got the green light to go hard on this. Yes, sir. Hard use demonstration time. I've been slacking on my hard use demonstrations, but that's all getting ready to change, my people. So expect all kinds of hard uses. We got folder hard uses. We got fixed blade hard uses. You never know what type of hard use we're going to get going on here. Oh, it's centered too. That's pretty centered. I mean, that's just barely off to the left. Just barely. To think how much this knife has been through, and it's still centered for the most part, that is incredible. How you guys like that one-hand action? This is a very solid knife. Look at this backspacer right here. I'm not sure if this is aluminum. Oh, let me get a magnet here. Magnet. Oh, Lord. Oh, guys, I'm holding you up now. I got to find a magnet now. I can't just not do this. This has to be done. But I'm actually... Oh, there we go. Found a magnet. Hopefully, you guys haven't rolled out on me. Like, damn, this guy just rolls in the middle of the video. It is aluminum. Very good to know. So let's just, for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and see what we're working with as far as size goes. So we're looking at an 8.5-inch knife overall and a 3.5-inch cutting edge. Excellent. Good stuff. I dig this knife, and I dig it hardcore, guys. Look at that action on this thing. That's incredible. Look at this. Watch. Yeah. Give it the old whipperoo. The old whipperoo. This is such a cool knife. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now. This is awesome. I am so glad to have the ability to play with this thing, because trust me, I have been playing with this. Oh, there's many more cold steels coming, guys. It's getting ready to be a cold steel palooza going on here. What's the point, EDC? I got some cold steels to be showing you guys. Woo-wee. Yes. So, if you enjoy this kind of content and you like the rock what we got here, What's the Point EDC, subscribe, hit the like button, turn the notifications on, share the videos, and do all the commenting, guys. I appreciate every single person who shows up, every single person who supports the channel. I appreciate the love you guys are showing me. I really do. If you're an addict, never quit quitting. Stay strong and live long. If you're dealing with bad thoughts, reach out and talk to somebody. It's okay to talk. Never quit quitting and never give up. Take it easy and stay greasy, my peeps. It's a cold steel type of day for me.